Welcome to Strength for Generations, the go-to podcast for Christian families who want to build strength, restore energy, and deepen connection with God at the center. Hi, I'm Krista Baker, Christian health coach, wife, mom, and co-founder of Baker Family Fitness. Have you tried it all? The diets, the workouts, the supplements, yet still feel stuck? Do you find yourself too drained to connect with your family, lead with purpose, or live out the calling God's placed on your life? Then you're in the right place. I'm here to help you honor God with your health and bring peace back to the process. To simplify what it means to build strength in your body, renew your mind, and care for your spirit, all without losing precious time with your family. Each week, you'll be encouraged by God's Word, inspired by real stories, and equipped with the tools you need to succeed. With trusted experts and conversations that help you grow stronger in body, mind, and spirit. So grab your coffee or your ribeye and let's do this His way. Welcome back to the Strength for Generations podcast. I'm your host, Krista Baker. I am excited that you're here today. We are diving into what actually matters in your health and what doesn't. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the health and fitness industry is very noisy. There are endless opinions, endless plans, endless rules. So today we're going to cut through all of that and show you actually what matters and what you can really stop worrying about. So most people think that they're failing at their health. You're not. You're just distracted. The problem is not a lack of effort. It's the information overload. You know, should I do this? Should I do that? So many plans, that the different extremes, the voices that are out there, the influencers that are trying to get you to do all of these different things. And you're like, none of that makes sense for me. And when you try to do everything at once, your body actually stays in this constant state of stress. So here are 5 things that actually matter. 1, consistency over motivation. So motivation, I'll say this over and over. I find motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes. It's very emotional. It's very it's just dependent on the moment. Motivation is something that I believe all of us need. We need to feel motivated to do the thing that we are setting out to do. But when we start to develop consistency and discipline over time, that's the thing that actually helps us follow through, right? So we have to understand motivation is going to come and go. We are not always going to feel motivated. Trust me, I'm not always motivated to get up at 5 a.m. to go and work out. I'm very motivated to spend time with God, but the snooze button definitely feels convenient at times. I'm very disciplined to get up now in the morning because I know if I don't have it early in the morning, the rest of my day is going to kind of get going. As I homeschool and pour into others and, taking care of a home and being a wife and trying to serve and do all those other things, if I don't actually do that thing at a specific time, it can be sadly glanced over. So it's not motivation that I rely on to get up. It's definitely the consistency and the discipline I've developed over time. The consistency doesn't depend on how you feel. It's built on those repeatable actions. And so remember that consistency turns into discipline. Now, a lot of people look at discipline as punishment. Respectfully disagree. I believe discipline is when it's aligned with who you want to become, that it's not like a get down and give me 20 type of thing. It's discipline over time is just the thing that we need to develop. So here's one thing that I'm going to get you guys to do this week. Actually, this month, next 30 days. So I want you to choose one habit you can repeat for the next 30 days, even on the hard days. So what I mean by that is you're going to hear a lot about habit stacking. So there's things that we do already every day, like we probably get up and go to the bathroom, or we floss our teeth before we brush them. There's things that we already are doing consistently. So I always say to my clients, let's say my thing that I really wanted to do consistently over the next 30 days is I really want to start taking my vitamins. What we would do is we would be okay, well, what are we already doing every day? Every day you have a coffee. So why don't you put your vitamins right beside your coffee machine and just take them then? Eventually, you're never going to forget to take your vitamins because you're never forgetting to drink that coffee. Or, I really need to focus on my mobility. Well, one thing I know for sure is you're going to probably pee at some point in the day. So why don't you put your foam roller beside your toilet? I don't even care where it goes, but we need to stack those things beside the thing that we're already doing as a trigger to remind us to do that thing. Okay. So you're going to pick your one habit that you can repeat for the next 30 days, even on hard days. Okay. And you can comment and let me know what that habit is because I'd love to hear from you and I'll be your accountability as well. Okay. The next thing that we're going to focus on that actually really matters is your proteins and your fats and blood sugar stability. So this is where I find most people get stuck. If I could tell you how many times I reviewed somebody's nutrition, I'd say 99% of the time people undereat protein. And one thing that I'd say 100% of the people that I've worked with, they fear fat. It's like they think eating fat is going to make them fat. And one thing that I see, like if you're the person that at 2 p.m. you have a crash, that's typically a blood sugar roller coaster that you're on right now. So they're stuck because they undereat protein, they fear fat, and their blood sugar is on a roller coaster all day. So everything feels harder. Your energy crashes, your cravings are spiking, your mood just swings all day long, and your stress probably feels very constant. For me, protein and healthy fats, fats. I'm not afraid of fats. Obviously, I don't want the crappy ones. They're not optional. Actually, there's this, and this is going to be so debatable, but studies show that like fats and protein are essential for your wellness long term. You can't remove those two to be healthy long term. Now, I'm going to say one thing right now, but don't jump down my throat. But carbs aren't actually essential. They are joyful. They bring us joy, definitely. And I'm not saying that you need to take carbs out of your diet, because I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we need to make sure that we do have both the protein and fat. And if we're under eating in both of those areas, what happens is you're going to notice that you're having a storm in your system. There's hormone production issues, especially when we don't have enough fats. Think about women and all of the different issues that they have. Most of the time, it's because of that. So if you're dealing with fatigue, brain fog, cravings, or ongoing hormonal issues, this is typically your foundational issue. This is the problem. We don't have enough of those two macronutrients, and your body can't create or regulate hormones without enough of the protein and fat. There is no workaround for this. There's no supplement that you can take that's just going to magically make this get better. We eat multiple times a day, so we need to understand that what we put into our systems are really impacting us on a long-term basis, like on a daily basis, on a moment by moment. So I think about blood sugar. Your blood sugars, when it's unstable, your body starts going like in the survival mode. So we think about that roller coaster, the ups and downs, like the peaks and valleys, and we can actually start to control those peaks and valleys. We can stabilize them through how we treat our bodies. So when your body doesn't feel safe enough to regulate, recover, or adapt, that just means that we're in survival mode. When your meals are built around protein and healthy fats, your body finally receives a different signal. It actually gives you the signal that it's nourished, it's supported, and it's safe enough to stabilize. So here's a challenge for you. The next 7 days, I want you to build every meal. Not one meal, every meal. And listen, my friends, if you are not getting protein at breakfast, it is the hardest thing to catch up on later. It's nearly impossible. I don't know anyone that really can hit their protein target if they don't have it with their first meal. Every single meal should be focused around that. And then, I'm a big fan of saturated animal fats, but I also understand some people struggle with that, and there's still a mindset around it. So whatever you feel like you need to do, like I do believe that you need to structure your meals around a solid protein source. And I'm going to give you some tips here. So let's say you need to get 150 grams of protein in a day and you eat 3 meals. That means your breakfast needs to have 50 grams of protein. And as an example, 1 egg is about 6 grams of protein. So how are you going to get 44 more? That's something that we need to start thinking about, okay? The third thing that actually matters is strength changes everything. Strength training is not optional if you want to feel good in your body long term. Muscle supports your joints, it protects your bones, and it keeps your metabolism working for you, not against you. Weight loss without strength training might change a number on the scale, but it rarely changes how you move or feel day to day. Something I want you to think about is the muscle that you build on your body is going to actually help protect your bones. As we age, we know that we go through what's called sarcopenia. So we're going to slowly it's harder to keep that muscle mass on the body. It's a lot more effort. It takes a lot more strategic planning, and it's extremely important. If you think about it, and I'm sorry if this might trigger you, but and maybe you've had this happen in your life, or you know somebody close to you where they fall, they break their hip, they get pneumonia, and then they pass away. They don't have enough muscle around their joints, around their bones to help protect them. So this is something that I personally believe that we need to do some form of resistance training until the last day that you're here on this planet. It's a non-negotiable. Don't worry, ladies, you're not going to get big and bulky. It's hard to do. Trust me, I've been working on it. But you need to start really considering, like, my mindset, everything changed for me when I started training for strength and not weight loss. My body felt different. My clothes felt different, all of those things. And my mindset was like way more healthy. So being strong, it changes how you show up in your life. It actually gives you more energy, right? Think about, I don't know if you're a marathon runner. God bless you if you are. I'm not a marathon runner. I'm not a runner. I'm not really big into, I do really enjoy implementing cardiovascular work into my program, but it's not my main focus. It's not my favorite thing to do, to be honest with you. Maybe if you have some tips for me, you can share them with me onto how I can enjoy that more. But I definitely feel better when I'm lifting weights, pushing myself, building the muscle. It actually makes me feel more confident. So remember, you're going to have more energy. You're going to feel more confident in your body. You'll probably stand a lot taller, especially as we fix any imbalances in your spine and all of those things that happen. I find as we pull our shoulders back, you start to feel taller. Your chest is open up more. You really start moving without hesitation. You just almost like there's fire under your butt. It's so awesome. Things like everyday things like carrying your groceries. I'm telling you, girl, not just girls, but maybe whatever girl's hearing this right now. But it's like, even carrying my groceries in the house, like, or when we get our water delivery and I take one jug in one hand and one in the other hand, and I farmer carry that into the house and put it away, like, and being able to just move without issues, being able to just pick something up, picking up my kids. I remember when I realized why lunging was important. Now I hear a lot of people are like, lunges suck, they hurt, but you're going to have to do some because we need to get strong in that position. It's a primal movement, things that we do all the time. And for me, I remember it was when I had my first daughter and I was going to work. She would come to work with me and she would go into the daycare. So I had her in my arms. And I mean, she was a big kid. She was like my little chunky monkey. And she's probably over a year at this point. Well, yeah, because I was back at work. So she's maybe closer to 2. So let's say she weighs, I don't know, what do they weigh then? 40 pounds? I have her in my arms. I have my big gym work bag. I have her diaper bag with all of her snacks and all the stuff like for me to take her to work with me. And I have it all loaded up on my arms. I go to leave the condo at the time. I drop my keys and I'm like, oh man. And I have to get down to get those keys. Well, I do them in a lunge. I pick up my keys and I'm like, that's why I lunge, because it wasn't hard for me to do that. It was easy. So these are the things like your everyday things that get easier because you've chosen to strengthen your body. Keeping up with your kids gets a lot easier. And just think, chin-ups at the park with your friends. Come on, who doesn't want to be able to do one of those? Getting through your day actually feels easier and less draining. There's a sense of pride that comes with strength. It's not an ego thing. Now, we can take this to the ego place, but that's not what we're doing over here. We're building strength so that we can serve more. We can do all those other things. There is this quiet confidence of knowing your body is capable that starts to really impact your mind. And it is so beautiful. That confidence is going to spill into how you speak, how you lead, how you handle stress. I had a conversation with, I'm going to say she's a client, but she's actually a very good friend of mine. And we've chosen to work together. And I'm very blessed that she has chosen to work with me. And she said to me, it's only been 4 months. And she's like, I feel so confident. I didn't realize I was so unhappy, but I feel like I've gotten to this place now that I feel so confident that I want to share it with others. So guys, as you strengthen yourself, you get to impact other people's lives. Remember, as we lead those homes, we lead people. She's like, I just want to be able to tell people how beautiful they are because, well, you got to think about it. She's feeling really good in her skin and in her own confidence. And so she wants to share that with others. Like, how powerful is that? That's the generation. That's the stuff that we get to impact others on. So remember, strength is going to help you build energy, resilience, and it's going to help you build this self-trust in a way that nothing else does. So if you are not strength training, here's what I suggest you do. Start with 15 minutes a day. Every one of my clients that I work with, they come in and we work for 15 minutes a day. Some people come in more advanced, so I can change and add more, but it's very rare. Most people are coming and they're like, I need to do something, but I can't train like I used to. Well, we shouldn't be training like we used to, or maybe they never trained before, but we need to just start with 15 minutes a day. It keeps it simple and it keeps it repeatable. And who can't find 15 minutes? I know there's certain days I can't find an hour, but I can certainly find 15 minutes. And we want to focus on just some basic movements, your squats, your hinges, your pushes, your pulls. And the one thing that's going to happen there is that consistency is going to matter more than pushing yourself to the limit. And also, we got to consider the fact that you might feel a little tender after these workouts. So that's what I suggest you do when we start for that strength training. Okay, here's number 4 of things that actually matter. Recovery is not optional. Your body speaks to you all the time. I always say to my kids, like, guys, your body's telling you a story. We need to stop long enough and pay attention and listen. Your body is always communicating with you. It's telling you that you're tired, you're irritable. It tells you if you've gotten poor sleep, consistent soreness or constant soreness. It tells you if your cravings and your burnout, like all of these different things is just your way of your body of communicating with you. It's a signal. It's telling you that story and it's really trying to get your attention. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me. Like I can just picture this like flashing light, like right in front of you. Hey, notice me right now. A lot of people ignore these signals and they just want to push harder, especially in the beginning. They're like, oh, more workouts, more caffeine, less sleep. When you live that way, you are not being disciplined. You are actually disconnecting yourself from yourself. Like you are being disconnected. So a body that never rests stays in survival mode. And survival mode blocks healing. It blocks hormonal balance. And it actually blocks us from getting really strong. We need a specific amount of time to rest. It's why when we develop strength training programs for people, I'm like, no, you need to rest for like 2 minutes. And they're like, what? I'm supposed to be doing stuff. And I'm like, no, you're actually not. We need to build strength. So we have to send the right signal to the body. God designed rest with intention. Just remember what he did on day 7. He rested. He actually commands rest. It's not a suggestion. This is wisdom. Okay? It's an act of trust. It's choosing to believe that God sustains you, not your constant effort. When you ignore rest, you are not just overriding your body, you're overriding the way God designed you to function. When you honor rest, your body will respond. Your energy improves. Now, and I'm not talking like go and just be lazy every day on the couch and, oh, it's another rest day. No, I mean, we rest, but we can still move, right? But when you honor your rest, your energy is going to improve, your mood's going to steady, your stress will definitely decrease. You're going to feel more grounded and present. You're going to rest. Rest allows what you're working on to actually take root and produce fruit instead of just keeping you stuck in survival mode. So here's a challenge for you. I got a lot of challenges today, as you can see. This week, choose one way to honor rest intentionally. So that might look like going to bed earlier. It might look like actually taking a true rest day. Like think about the Sabbath. What does that rest look like for you? Can you sit quietly without your phone and invite God into that space? Can you pay attention to what your body has been trying to tell you and respond with care instead of just forcing it to do more? And then let me know how that goes for you. I know how important this one was for me. It's very personal as well because I felt like I had to do all the things all the time. And taking a Sabbath was something like I almost was forced into it. And then I remembered, and then I just like spent time learning more about what that meant. And now it's like a non-negotiable for me. I don't need to work every day. I don't need to train every day. I don't need to be perfect. Like none of this is ever going to be perfect. So I needed to learn that lesson. And it was like, all right, girl, you're not going to stop. I'm going to stop you. Okay, my friends. So here is the 5th thing that actually matters. You need to stop starting over. A lot of people think they need a fresh start every time life changes. Busy week happens. Okay, we just got through Christmas. Come on. Who feels like they need to start over yet again? We have routine shifts. Like our routines will shift no matter what. If you have kids, one of them's going to be homesick or they're going to be, we went from kids being in school to now homeschooling one of them and schedules changed and being, the work that my husband does is unpredictable at times. And that's something that we just have to adjust around. So when people go through that, it's like this, well, I stop and start. As people assume that they need to stop and begin again later. That's the belief that keeps people really stuck. Health is built when life is happening. Okay, let me say that again for you guys. Health is built while life is happening. Some days are going to look different. Some weeks are going to be lighter. You're going to be able to do more in one week. And then the next week, you're going to have to adjust your sails. My dad would say that to me all the time. You just got to adjust your sails, Krista. I'm like, okay. But it doesn't mean that like everything is like, that's it. Nope, I'm out of here. If it's not, that's all or nothing mindset, right? So It just means that you need to keep doing the simple things you can and let go of the rest. So that's where we go back to what we call our BAMs. So pardon my French, but your bare ass minimums. What are those little things that I know I can actually do on these weeks that are harder so that I don't have to keep starting and stopping? Okay. God works through steady faithfulness, not perfect schedules, not ideal situations and conditions, just showing up again in small ways. When you stop thinking in terms of starting over, your health becomes something that fits into your life instead of something you constantly have to manage. Okay. Remember, we're looking for generational health right now, generational wellness, and it's not going to happen overnight. We have to remember we might be removing generational stuff that's been put on us. So we have to start slowly implementing these things back into our life to cause that cascade to kind of go into like that next generation. So I want you to really think about this. When life feels busy or off, do not change everything. Don't wait for a reset. Okay. How many times? Oh, I just need another reset. No, you don't. Okay. You don't need to make another new plan. We need to go back to the thing that's actually working. Ask yourself one question at the start of the day. What is one thing I could do today that supports my health? Do that one thing and let that be enough for the day. The next day, ask that same question again. What's one thing I could do today that supports my health? That's it. And we're going to continually stack those things one after the other after the other. It's going to take some time, but trust me, when you take it this way, it changes. Don't forget to invite God into this journey with you. If this episode helped you, I want you to take the next step. I made the Move Mountains method because a podcast can give you clarity, but training will actually give you structure. Inside the Move Mountains method, I walk you through the foundations in a more detailed way, so you know exactly what to do and how to apply them in real life. If you want that, head over to bakerfamilyfitness.com, Move Mountains method. That's where you can get the full training and start building this the right way. Now, let's close with this verse because it ties everything we talked about together. Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. Health is built the same way, quietly, faithfully, over time. Father, thank you for the bodies you have given us and the lives you have entrusted to us. Help us to pay attention to what matters and let go of what does not. Give us wisdom to take care of ourselves in simple, steady ways. Strengthen our families, our leadership, and our faith as we walk this out day by day. In Jesus' name, amen. Thanks for tuning in to Strength for Generations. If this episode encouraged you, it would be a blessing if you took a quick minute to leave a 5-star review. It helps more families hear this message and find hope for their health and faith journey. You can also share this episode to your stories and tag us. God might use your post to encourage someone who really needs it today. And if you're ready for your next step, go to bakerfamilyfitness.com and join the 5-day Move Mountains method. It's a powerful journey to renew your health, strength, and mind. It includes daily video teachings and workbooks. You're going to discover your why. We're going to get into daily habits and movement. You're going to learn about food and fuel. We're going to learn about perseverance and consistency. And most importantly, legacy and generational health. If you feel stuck or unsure of where to start, this is for you. And don't forget to eat steaks, lift weights, love Jesus, and keep doing it His way.